let me share my screen. Can you see my screen, teachers?
Yes.
Yes? Well, okay, so this is a very short lesson. We're going to make the review related to syntax for units 1 and unit 2. Have you explored them? These units? You can say that thumb up or say yes, open your microphone if you feel comfortable. Did you check them? Yes or no? Well, I hope you have checked them. Well, if you cannot open your microphone, please use the chat. Be free to use the chat and say yes or no, or try to answer because I'm going to ask you some questions. Well, so the first part, it is related to syntax. What is syntax? What is the meaning? Teachers?
I think is the structure of the sentence, the set of rules of the sentences.
Okay, so exactly, it involves the structured sentences. Remember that they are focused on word order and grammatical rules. That is a good idea or good explanation that I am checking. Here we have syntax in linguistics refers to the arrangement of words. Okay, well, so here we have key aspects that were. What are the key aspects that will help us? So this is related to the word order, as you were mentioning. We have the grammatical rules that includes like subject, verb, and complement. Mhm. Then we have the phrases, which we are going to explore later too. They have multiple words acting as a single unit in a sentence. Sentence hierarchy, and the last one is related to sentence interpretation. Okay, so let's move on to the next part. Well, here I have some examples. Well, we have sentence and we have meaning. This is more related to lexical aspect and functional aspect, which we are going to check later. Well, sentence. The sentence only Batman fights crime, Batman only fights crime, and Batman fights only crime. So these three sentences apparently are the same one, but each word has different interpretations or meaning. So here we have only Batman fights crime. Batman is the only person who fights crime. No one except Batman fights crime, not even the Superman, right? So that means here is the only person who does that. Then Batman only fights crime. It is more related to fighting crime is the only thing that Batman does. He doesn't work, he doesn't shower. Fighting crime is all he does. This is the only thing he has for an important thing, right? And the last sentence is related to Batman fights only crime. Batman doesn't fight anything except crime. He doesn't fight Alfred or Robin. He doesn't fight the dry cleaner if they accidentally stain his shirt, and the crime is only the only thing he fights, right? So here we have some examples related to syntax and semantics. The syntax refers to grammar. And what is the semantic, teachers? What does semantic refers?
I think is the meaning, the study of the meaning in language.
Huh? Exactly. That was the way I was showing to you the previous examples because we are checking about syntax that refers to grammar. That means the order we are collocating each sentence, and the meaning it is more related to semantic. What is the interpreting thing we are going to give in that case, right? Well, then we have syntactic categories of words. What are the syntactic categories, teachers? You can use the chat if you cannot speak or open your microphone, maybe for technical problems. Try to participate, teachers. I would like to check how much you read. What are the syntactic categories, teachers? Or the most common syntactic categories?
I don't know if I'm right or not, but I think is the nouns, the pronouns, the verbs, adjectives, prepositions, adverbs.
Exactly, right? So the most common things or words that we are going to use when we talk about syntactic categories are the 8 parts of speech. They are the most usual words that we're going to check. But in this case, I am going to mention only 4 of them because they are for the ancient English, right? So let's check. Here we have the noun. What is a noun? We have that nouns are sentences or words, sorry, the nouns are words that we can give to anything. For example, house, computer, etc., etc., etc. Right? And here we have even, I'm sorry, the verbs. Verbs are actions, as we were checking, speak, go, sleep, and so on. We have adjectives. Adjectives help us to describe someone or something or any situation. We can say heavy, we can say light, we can say tall, short, etc., long, and so on. And the last one, they are the adverbs. Do you remember what is an adverb? No. Adverbs are words that help us to modify something like patiently or quickly or eventually and so on. Okay, well, now we have here variable categories and invariable categories. What are those phrases related to, teachers? No, I think you are really busy now. Well, so let's check. Variable words can be words related to nouns, verbs, or pronouns. Why they are variables? Because we can change. I can say, for example, Mario is speaking, and I can say he is speaking. I can change the word Mario for he. Or the dog is in the house. I can say the dog. I can change the word dog for it, right? I am using in this case pronouns. And invariable words are adjectives, adverbs, and nouns. But in this case, nouns that they cannot, they have the same form with singular. Here I have the example sheep. Can you type some other nouns which have the same form in singular and plural, teachers? Can you type some words, please? Share what you remember about. Remember that adjectives cannot change because we can use he is tall or they are tall. We have the same word. I can say I eventually work in the afternoons, or they eventually work in the afternoons. So they are invariable words. Give me some examples, teachers, please. I have here sheep, What other word or the noun you remember? It cannot change. Deer, exactly. Thanks, Eunice. We have deer. What else? I think you are really busy, teachers, because you are not answering. Well, so I can give you other examples. Um, I can say, for example, fish. Fish is in singular and plural is the same. They are fish or it is a fish. We have the word series, moose, aircraft, species. You can check in deer or offspring and so on. Uh-huh. Exactly, shrimp too. Well, so let's move on to the next slide. Well, so here we have lexical categories and functional categories. What is a lexical category, teachers? They are words that belong to lexical categories are semantically rich and contribute primarily to the meaning of their sentence or the rest of the sentence. And they are categories that express content like nouns, verbs, adjectives, and adverbs. Remember, anything that we are checking, they are connected. And the functional, here we have the functional functional category, like items are generally closed class words or open class words. In these categories have strict grammatical functions which generally cannot have new words added. Categories that connect the sentence together with articles, prepositions, and pronouns. Okay, so what I can mention here, what are the lexical categories? I have, as I mentioned, noun, verb, adjective, adverb, or conjunctions, even prepositions, pronoun, or interjections. I have here an example, which I would like you please analyze it. So I have here the example. Please, teachers, analyze the word the spaceship, the phrase spaceship will arrive in orbit very soon. Can you analyze each word, please, that you have, the word that, the word space, the word will, arrive, and so on? Can you take notes in your notebook if you have a notebook, or try to write in the chat, please? It is necessary to analyze it, please, in order to check if I have been clear with the intention. Is it the functional or is it a verb or it is a part of a lexical function, lexical category? You check it? Did you write them something? Are they lexical or functional categories? Or for you, what are the functional categories? Okay. So let's move on. Here we have. Well, the words the, will, in, and very, they are functional categories, teachers. So they are functional categories because they can be thought of as the grammatical glue that holds syntax together, while lexical categories that we have here, lexical categories mostly describe non-linguistic things, states, or events. Functional categories often have purely grammatical meanings. We have that spaceship is a noun and it's the head of the noun phrase. Remember that the noun phrase in this case is the spaceship. Okay? Well, and in this case, obviously, we can replace these kind of phrases, the noun phrase, we can replace it, the spaceship, by the word it or the pronoun it. But what category is the? The, remember, it is functional. Arrive is the verb, orbit is a noun, and soon is an adverb. But what categories do we have with to and in? As I mentioned before, they belong to functional category. Okay? I hope you have checked this. Let me know if you have questions, teachers, please. Maybe you cannot open your microphone, but please try to write the chat. Well, so the last thing we are going to check right now is the phrases. What are phrases, teachers? I feel alone in this moment because you are not answering or sharing your thoughts. Well, remember, teachers, that phrases are groups of words that function as a single unit, contributing to the meaning and the structure of a sentence. Some words that we were checking was in the very beginning of the lesson, that it can be the 8 parts of the speech. Okay? Okay, so here we have, remember in the previous, at the beginning of the session, I was mentioning about the word none. So your black cat is always outside. In this case, the black cat is the noun, right? So here we have the adjective, the man with short hair is running in the park. What is the adjective? The adjective is short, but we have the phrase short hair. Next one, I go to the gym every weekend. The adverb is every weekend. In this case, this every, it is modifying the word weekend. And the last example, the next example, sorry, we have Dave was walking his dog. The verb in this case is was walking. And the last one is the prepositional phrase. The rat runs into the box. The prepositional phrase here, it is into the box, right? So they are working as a prepositional part, and it is giving information about the subject. In this case, it is the rat. Okay. Well, so this is the last part of the session, teachers. It is very short. It is a summarized version for Unit 1 and Unit 2. Do you have any question, teachers? I don't think so. Well, so I have here the references I was checking. I am going to send you another video. This video, it is going to be really, really helpful related to functional categories. If you don't have any question, teachers, this is the end of the lesson. I am going to say thanks for watching me, thanks for listening to me, and thanks for giving me your time today. Well, sorry, teachers. Well, this is all for now. If you don't have any question, I am going to finish. And please try to solve the or complete the assignments in the platform. There are two forums and there are two activities. In activity one, you have the commitment for sentences, which you have to make this analysis. I have given you the example in the PDF, and the other assignment is related to make a mind map. The mind map, it is related to anything we are checking right now. Okay. See you soon, teachers. We are going to check the next session. I think I'm considering next Friday too at the same time. Have a nice day. Bye.